My name is Kimberly Marcus, and I am the Director of Supplier Diversity for AARP. I've been there for 3 years this August, but been in the supplier diversity space for about 17 years. Supplier diversity and what it means to me is equaling the playing field. It is not a set aside. It is not choosing minority or women or disability companies over non-diverse companies. It's about equaling the playing field so that diverse businesses have access to the same opportunities that non-diverse businesses have access to. My experience in supplier diversity has been absolutely awesome. I have worked for companies such as the NAACP, Rainbow Push Coalition, the Democratic National Committee. I was a presidential appointee for President Barack Obama, and now at AARP. And at each of those stages in my career, they all were passionate about helping minority businesses grow to size and scale via capital contracts and emerging markets. So now being able to work for AARP, where we are specifically focused on women, disabled, minorities, veteran, and LGBT, really broadens my ability to help diverse companies, and we are definitely extremely committed. Having a diverse business of my own in my previous time, as well as my husband owning his own diversity firm, the best thing to do, number one, is get a business development person. Just because you know your business and you know your craft does not mean you know how to sell it. And you can't work on a project while trying to then get another project. So you need a business development person who isn't necessarily the face, but they're the closer. So you can be the president and CEO and be the face, but then you need that business development person to come in and really find out the needs of the corporation or the nonprofit to make sure that you're meeting their needs so that when an opportunity does become available, you'll be right for the picking. Well, I think their first access to a corporation or a nonprofit, we are the largest nonprofit membership-based organization, is to really work with your supplier diversity manager or your supplier diversity director or VP, whatever that title is. They are the gatekeepers. They are the gatekeepers to the business units, or they're the gatekeepers to the finance department, or they're the gatekeepers to the procurement department, the ones who really have the purses and make the decisions on which contracts will actually go out to bid or sole source. So it's important to follow up when they tell you to follow up. It's important to put your information into their portal. I know sometimes it seems like a black hole, but you don't exist if you're not in the portal. So definitely start those relationships and follow up. Now, don't be annoying, but definitely follow up with them and try to go to as many events that they're at. So for an example, I had this one vendor who I saw at an event every single year, and I saw her at maybe 6 to 7 events a year. And on that second year, I said, we lost the contract. We needed to get a new, not necessarily diverse vendor, but best vendor for the work that we needed done. And she was top of mind. And since then, she has grown her portfolio at AARP. It really depends, to be honest. When it comes to AARP, when you do a matchmaker at AARP, it's very focused. We know what's coming down the pipe in the next 6 to 18 months, so we know who to bring in. We're not gonna just do a generic matchmaker. We're gonna say, this is what we're sourcing for, these are the type of companies, and then we also work with, whether it's WeBank or NMSDC or our local chamber or U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce, U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, or U.S. Asian Pacific Chamber of Commerce, and work with them to get in those diverse vendors. And let me not forget the disability as well as the veteran organizations, get them in for specific needs. We don't bring in more than 40 to 45 vendors because we have specific needs. Now, when we're talking about these wonderful conferences that we attend, those matchmakers were very specific as well. We pick you. We don't want them to pick us, because if we don't have a need, we don't want to waste your time and we don't want our time wasted. But it's been very successful for us at AARP. So an example of a diverse vendor who got it wrong. I would like to say there are always opportunities is what they are. So I would not say that they got it wrong, they just needed help. And they had been coming to a lot of events and had a lot of FaceTime with our execs, our C-suites, and that person decided to go around me to try to get a contract. And anything over $250,000 has to be competitively bid at AARP, and it's going to come across the Supplier Diversity desk. And unfortunately, because I had not vetted them and not really set them up to have the opportunity to be successful, they did not have the opportunity to even bid on the contract. And then what happened was they tried to blame me. And I am still in a very good relationship with this diverse supplier, but I said, if I give you the roadmap, follow the roadmap. And since then, I would like to say they actually have gotten a contract with one of my colleagues' companies because they followed the roadmap. And not turning my, self away from them. Hopefully they will one day get a contract with AARP.